just look at what we do. We have 15 wonderful brains. We are the best. Believe it or not, we're the best. Today's guest is Ms Mantello, starring Grisha and Nietzsche. Filmed before a live audience.
Good morning. Welcome to the Room 5 interview show. Today's guest is Ms Mantello. She is a teacher at our school. When did you start your job?
I started teaching 26 years ago.
Why do you want to be a teacher?
Well, I had always wanted to be a teacher. I remember when I was growing up, I had two younger brothers, and my favorite game was pretending I was the teacher and I would give them lots of homework, and I always got so much pleasure out of that. They were also younger than me, so I actually did teach them things that they didn't know, and I just remember it was a really great feeling, and I've always enjoyed kids, so it just seemed like a natural thing for me to spend my career doing.
What is your favorite food? Why?
It's a difficult question. I like all kinds of food. I guess one of my favorites would be Indian curry. I love the spiciness of it. And of course I was raised in an Italian household, so anything Italian always reminds me of my childhood. My mother used to make the best lasagnas and homemade ravioli and homemade pasta, and she also baked her own bread, so I would come home from school every day and there would always be the smell of fresh bread being baked with nice Italian cheeses. So I guess those two cuisines would be my favorite.
Do you like this school?
I love the school. I've been here for 16 years, and the students are wonderful. The parent community is amazing. It's like a home away from home for me.
What's your favorite color? Why?
I think my favorite colors are intense colors like intense purple and intense pink. I find the more gray hair I get, the brighter colors I need to sort of make me look a little younger.
What is your favorite kids movie? Why?
My favorite kids movie is probably, I don't watch all that many movies, but I remember really enjoying the first Madagascar film that came out. I like the music and the sense of humor. I like the relationship between the characters, and I've watched it actually more than once. I rarely watch a movie more than once, but I watched that one with my kids more than once.
What is your favorite kids book? Why?
I have so many favorite children's books. I don't think I can pick one. We just did the Blue Spruce books, so I can tell you which one of the Blue Spruce nomination is my favorite, and it's the man with the violin. I like the illustrations in the book. I like the story, the fact that it's based on a real event, and I like the fact that it highlights a very talented musician, Joshua Bell. If I had to pick one, that's the one that's foremost in my mind at the moment.
What do you like and don't like about your job? Why?
What do I like and not like about my job? Let's see here. Well, what I like the most is being around children and seeing their minds develop, seeing their curiosity, seeing them enjoy school life. That gives me a lot of pleasure. What I don't like about my job, I think, is having to wear that orange vest for yard duty. It doesn't really go with my wardrobe.
What is your favorite sport? Why?
You know, I don't play a lot of sports. What I do a lot of is ballroom dance, and if you consider that a sport, that would be my favorite one, and certainly one of my big passions in life.
How old are you? Where is your birth date? Where were you born?
Well, that's a very direct question. I'm 50 years old. I was born August 16, 1964, and I was born here in Toronto.
Do you have a pet?
I certainly do. I have a little dog. Her name is Maggie. She's a West Highland Terrier. She's a little white furry dog. I actually didn't want to have a dog. My family wanted to have a dog, my 2 daughters and my husband. And I kept saying, no, 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 I don't want a dog, I don't want a dog, I don't want a dog. And then one day when I wasn't home, my husband and my 2 daughters decided that I really did want a dog. And so they went out and they had planned this because they knew I would be away. And when I came home, there was this tiny, tiny little white ball of fur waiting for me, and they had already named it Maggie. And of course I fell in love with Maggie, and the rest is history.
Do you have children?
I do. I have 2 daughters. My oldest daughter, her name is Michaela, and she's in grade 12. She'll be off to university in September. And my youngest daughter goes to Spectrum Alternative. She's in grade 8, and her name is Marika. She's 13, and she'll be starting high school in September.
If you had $1 million, what would you do with it and why?
Wouldn't that be a nice problem to have, what to do with $1 million? Well, I think the first thing I would do is say, yippee! And, you know, $1 million sounds like a lot, but I think you have to be careful with how you spend it. I think I would give part of it to a few charities, for sure. I would give part of it to help my mom, who lives alone and is not very well off. Certainly give some to family and friends. And I would invest some, make sure I had enough for a rainy day and for my old age. And I'd probably take a nice trip to places I haven't been.
Thanks for being on our show. Join us next time for another interview on the Room 5 Interview Show.